Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Chaos Space Marines Dark Apostle. He's right here with his Dark Disciples and he will set you back £22.50, which I don't think is too bad actually. You know, your normal kind of Primaris Space Marine characters are about £20 or £22.50. This guy is quite a big deal and he gets 2 Dark Disciples as well, and he's in a box. I wonder if he's in a tray. We'll have a look. Anyway, let me just remove this super shiny plastic sleeve off the box and then we'll have a look. So there you go. This is a very special unboxing for me because it now means that I've covered every single Chaos Space Marine new release. If you're wondering where the Chaos Lord is, I recently put a picture of him on my on the community section on the YouTube page. I actually did a review of him about a month ago. So he's already on there for your viewing pleasure, and I will be including him with my full review of all the Chaos Space Marine models within the next couple of weeks. So this is the final one of all the releases. I managed to do it. Thank you for your support and thank you to all the patrons that helped make this happen. So on to the unboxing. The Dark Apostle, really cool looking model. I love the book with the flames, it being set on fire. I love the torches on the power plant. I love this rod. I love all these scrolls and runes. He's on a little scenic base with some skulls underfoot. The only thing I don't really like about this set is just the book dripping with this lava. Don't think it's needed at all. I think just the book on fire would have been sufficient. We get the idea. This Dark Disciple, pretty cool. He's swinging this incense burner. I think it's Midnight Jasmine or Cherry Blossom. Who actually knows? Then this Dark Disciple, or VoxyMcVoxFace, as I've called him, is carrying your book holder. The Dark Apostle has probably just picked up the book quickly because he's in a battle, and unfortunately it's set on fire from the candles. That's the scenario I'm dreaming up anyway. So it looks like you can only put these in one pose, monopose. Would have been cool if you could have you know, more than one of these chaplain type equivalents, these apostles that just chant out these prayers. It's a sign of good things to come. I really think that Sisters of Battle will have many different models similar to this. We've already got Thaddeus from the Blackstone Fortress, which is kind of like the Imperium equivalent, I'd want to say, but it's very specific to the Blackstone Fortress models. Anyway, there's a close-up look of his detail of his power plant and the book holder. Some scrolls there, the back of his hand with the, I mean that's a decent effect as well that they've gone for. Let's unbox this before I get into too much talking about the detail and things. So let's see. Yep, it is in a tray, as I kind of thought it would be. Oh, it's 2 sprues. Okay, kind of knew that. This is the instruction guide, so you actually get a full book, a few countries at least. The meat and potatoes for us is the instruction guide itself, which is just covered. It only needs 1 page for the Dark Apostle. Looks like there's 6 steps there. And then the Dark Disciples is just, you know, a couple of pages. VoxyMcVoxFace, it's just got a few parts, and your personal incense burning master is in, looks like about 1, 2, 3, 4 parts as well. So very quick and easy to build the Dark Disciples, and the Apostle himself looks very straightforward as well. You'll have these up in half an hour, I'd probably say. You got the rules there for the Dark Apostle and actually the Dark Disciples. So it looks like you've got 5 different languages there in the instruction manual, which is pretty good, because you've got the Dark Apostle 1 page and the Dark Disciples the other. Really cool that they've got the rules. Obviously you'll need to know what the depth of the False Emperor is, and if you don't and you've only bought this set, I'll tell you right now, well, on 6s they get another attack with the same profile. Dark Apostle looks pretty good. He's got a 3+ normal, a 4+ invulnerable, making him a very solid choice. He's got this accursed Crozius, so a bit like a chaplain. Puts his strength to 5, AP -1, damage 2, not too bad. He's only got 3 attacks though, but he does have 4 wounds, which is nice. They can take his leadership too, but the main reason you're going to get him is this chant prayers. They can be heard on a 3+. Really good buffs. They're in the codex, they're not in this little booklet unfortunately. And then the Dark Disciples, they add 1 to the dice rolls to see if the prayer is chanted, so that really helps your 3+, you know, go to a 2+, and it contains 2 anyway. They're very squidgy though. They've got toughness of 3, save of 5+, no invulnerable save unless you put them all near a Noctilith crown. You're not really going to be wanting these guys in close combat at all. Keep them out of the way behind the Dark Apostle if you can. Anyway, so that's the rule side of things. Let's have a look at the parts themselves. So it looks like you get a 40mm base and 2 25mm bases, which is fine for the Dark Disciples. They're sort of human sized. So let's have a look at this sprue. What's going on here? So this is the Dark Apostle himself with the book. Oh, I love what they've done with the book. They've actually written on the pages for you, which is cool. I mean, it would have been nice to have another book that didn't have that, so people could, you know, freehand some runes and things in. But that's still pretty cool that they've taken that plastic out. This looks, yeah, don't know how easy that is to chop off if people want to chop it off. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, you can put some shade in there and that will make the runes and things pop out. The power plant looks pretty good. I like the torches on there. And these sort of screaming skull things. He's even got a load of candles on there too. And like I say, a purity seal, you know what I mean. A couple of those sheets, paper, parchment sheets. And then that's his greave and his left hand holding the book. Oh, you've actually got the Dark Disciples on there too. So this one here, the Vox guy, and this one, the Incense guy. Bit of a robe there. And then the main kind of body and legs for the Dark Apostle. It's cool that they've incorporated his legs and his body and the Curse of Crozius all in one. But of course, you know, like all of these character models, they are monopose. It would have been nice to have some kind of customization with them, especially if you're going to get 2 of them. But there you go. Lots of detail on those legs. And I like this gorget thing. They've done it with the Master of Executions as well. This disciple's got a couple of newspapers there, as well as testing new fragrances out. He also delivers a couple of newspapers for the cultists to read. And then you've got this sprue here, which looks very fragile. Lots of fragile pieces going on here. So you've got the other, you know, the cloak and the other shoulder pauldron for the Apostle. You've got his head. Looks like it's got a plug on there, so you could snip that off and put another head, but why would you? It's such a cool looking head. I mean, I think it would have been awesome if they did 2. They've done 2 with the Master of Executions. I don't know why. I would have rather have had 2 for him. One with these horns, which is really cool, and you know, he is chanting that is him, you know, on the job, as it were. But it would have been cool if they had another head that was encased in bone, or, you know, similar to the skull helmets that our chaplains have for the Imperium sides. That would have been awesome. You've got part of the Vox guy here with his arms sort of chained up, just so that he gets any ideas for reading the books on the back of him. That won't happen. Then you've got this kind of smoky bit, which I assume goes from the incense. Yeah, it just hooks into there. Another part of the disciple, the other shoulder pauldron for the Apostle, and the front of the Apostle. That's all of his written words. Oh, okay, so these are chipped out too. That's interesting. So that makes it a bit easier. You don't need to actually write things. But I would still probably write a few things on there because there's plenty of space. I looked at that and thought that that was quite sparse with written runes and things. So I might just add some of my own. You've got that bolt pistol, and then you've got the book holder with the candles on there. Yeah. And then this, which I assume is just part of one of the disciples' hands. That's just the way they had to do that. So there you go. Again, would have liked a different head or helmeted version. That would have been awesome. But still, he's in the action pose. This guy's gonna look great with my Wordbearers army. It really is. This is what they're all about. Truth at any cost. Anyway, that is my unboxing and first look at the Chaos Space Marines Dark Apostle. What do you guys think of my first impressions? Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.